Insights, practical truths for successful living with Carl Summer.
The miller, his son, and their donkey provide an important lesson. Take personal responsibility and be assertive in doing what's right, regardless of what others do or say. Elmo always listened to others. He lacked personal convictions. When farmers complained about his price, Elmo always lowered it, even if he lost money. I'm a business person, and it's extremely important in running a business to be competitive. The best way to be competitive is to become more efficient in your operation. But you can't survive as a business if you keep losing money. Hetty tried to help her husband, but Elmo wouldn't listen to her advice. Being married for 58 years and having 20 grandchildren, and writing and teaching and being a business person, one of the most important things I've learned is to seek and have a listening ear for advice, and also to have a listening ear when my wife gives me advice. What's sad is that Mort, Elmo's son, followed in his father's footsteps. He likewise had no backbone and followed whatever his friends did. His friends suggested that they steal some apples, and he just followed along. He was taught to do what was right, but he followed his friend. It takes courage to stand up for what's right, and I'm hoping with this story will teach your children the importance of not following those who do wrong, but to be bold to do what is right. One of the greatest helps for children to become bold and courageous is for them to see their parents modeling that behavior before them. What's so sad is to see parents tell their children to do things which they don't model. For example, the phone rings, but you don't want to speak to that person. Your child picks up the phone and you say, "Tell them I'm not home." Parents, when you do this, you lose all credibility with your child. You may warn your children, "Don't let me catch you lying," but all your warning will fall on deaf ears. You may warn your child, "I don't want you to smoke because it's not good for you," but if they see you puffing away, regardless of what we say, our example is the most powerful lesson on behavior your children will ever receive. When Elmo and Mort went to market to sell their donkey, they both walked along with their donkey. Girls laughed at them for not having one of them riding the donkey. Mort gets on the donkey. Then they met some old men and women. "What are you doing?" asked one of the old men. "You're spoiling your son by not making him walk." "Listen to the man," a woman said. "If you treat your son this way, he'll grow up to be lazy and no good. Let him walk. It's the best thing you can do for him." There's a lot of truth in what these old people are saying. Many parents spoil their children by not teaching them how to work. Parents, require your children to do chores. Be reasonable, but be insistent. Pity the poor children who have never been trained to work. Besides being the author of character-building picture books, I'm also a business person. One of the companies I started, Reliable EDM, is the largest company of its kind in North America. How did the company get this way? I started this company December 1986 with one EDM machine. At that time, I did a detailed study on biblical principles for success. There were two main verses: the golden rule, do unto others as you want them to do unto you, and the other verse is love your neighbor as yourself. I asked myself, if I were a customer, how would I want to be treated? I call this golden rule thinking. Put yourself into other people's shoes. Since we deal mostly with machining companies, I said, if I were a customer, I would want a quality product, receive good service, and get a competitive price. Within 4 years, we were the largest EDM job shop in Texas. After 9 years, we were the largest company of its kind west of the Mississippi River, and today we have over 80 EDM machines, making us the largest in North America. One of the main purposes for the company is to make profits to support my vision of producing motivational educational products that help children to become successful. In order for us to produce quality work at competitive prices, we need to have willing and teachable employees. Having such workers is critical for business success. If an employee is not teachable, I don't want them working for me. That's why it's so important for you as parents to teach your children how to work. One day they will enter the workplace, and those children that have been properly trained and are teachable will have a much greater likelihood to become successful. Elmo and Mort continued to head to market, and whatever the people told them, they did. They end up taking a stick and tying the donkey on it and then carry him. When they cross a bridge, the donkey gets scared. He jumps over the bridge and drowns. As they walked home, Elmo groans over and over again. Oh, how foolish we were for always listening to others. By trying to please everyone, we please no one. We need to be strong and courageous to stand up for what we know is right. How important this is for all of us, and especially our children, to learn this important lesson to be courageous.